Neither Better Trades or any of its personnel are registered broker-dealers or investment advisors. I will mention that I consider certain securities or positions to be good candidates for the types of strategies we are discussing or illustrating. Because I consider the securities or positions appropriate to the discussion or for illustration purposes does not mean that I'm telling you to trade the strategies or securities. Keep in mind that we are not providing you with recommendations or personalized advice about your trading activities. The information we are providing is not tailored to any particular individual. Any mention of a particular security is not a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold that or any other security or a suggestion that it is suitable for any specific person. Keep in mind that all trading involves a risk of loss, and this will always be the situation regardless of whether we are discussing strategies that are intended to limit risk. Also, Better Trades personnel are not subject to trading restrictions. I and others at Better Trades could have a position in a security or initiate a position in a security at any time.
Hello, and welcome out to another Insights. We're going to do the little guys today. Now, I haven't done those for a little bit, and so I want to knock one of those out. I'm behind again, and anyway, we'll skip all that stuff and get right to it. The quote that I found today, I love. I've seen it a long time ago, and it goes like this. I cheated on my fears, broke up with my doubts, got engaged to my faith, and now I'm marrying my dreams. And especially the first part there, cheating on the fears. With respect to trading, that is a huge thing. I mean, fear is the number one thing that we have. It's the number one thing in life too, right? So, and then doubts, same thing. I mean, doubts are a big problem. We doubt ourselves with respect to trading. We doubt the trades are good. We doubt all kinds of things. And it just continues. We've got to have faith. We've got to have faith not only in ourselves, but in the market and in our plans and in what we do. So, and once we have those things in place, then the dreams start to just show up, right? So I love this quote. I think it's absolutely awesome. It's perfectly fitting, not only for trading, but for everything. Most of the quotes I use, I mean, we can apply everything to everything. I mean, trading, everything works. So, whoops. There's my beautiful wife. Gonna get right to it here with the little guys. Got 11 this week. Not a ton, but used to usually have about 15 or 20. But we'll take it. We'll take it. So, earnings season is in full swing, and Alcoa. Where's the? Oh, there it is, right there. It's interesting. They already took the earnings bubble off. There's a day earnings came out. Of course, you can see it with the volume spike. That's right. You can't really tell that much because it was a gap down, but then it rallied up, and so we've got two open days, two white days, if you will. But there's two different things that could happen with Alcoa here, and this is one of those that could be flipped over and gone the other direction. We've got that rally right after earnings, even though it gapped down off after the day after earnings, it gapped down and then rallied. So we're at that $10 mark, which is a resistance, as you can see. Volume's gotten lighter as it rallied back up. We've got a little bit of a shooting star Friday. So the question becomes, is it going to roll down from here like it has the last two times, the last month and a half? Or is it going to break out to the upside? And that is the question. Right now, I'm planning on looking at it, thinking that, I think it's because of this. No, maybe not. There's another one that looks like that. Thinking that it's based on the price chart, it looks like it may break down. You go to the indicators, it looks like it will probably break out to the upside. Stokes and MACD both looking bullish. So hard to say what's going to happen here with Alcoa. So planning for the downside, but also prepared for an upside breakout and ready to take advantage of that, because there is the next resistance level is about 11. So there could be a decent opportunity there. American Eagle. Looking at this historically, not a spectacularly bullish stock, but we've got basically kind of a miniature head and shoulders there. And the neckline's right there about 16.13. It's also a resistance. And it broke below that a couple weeks ago and it now it's rallied back up to that point, up near that area. So it looks like there's one of these that hit the 200-day moving average, and it was acting as resistance. Here we've got the 20-day coming in. You can see right there. Um, so not my favorite. As you know, I'm not a huge fan of ones bouncing off resistance like Alcoa. But Alcoa is also one that could break out. I think it might break out. I don't know. It's kind of 50-50 on that one. But AEO, I would expect to go down from here. Little Harami pattern there going. That's what Flag did. But we'll see. I mean, it's hard to say what's going to happen with that one. BBT. Small bearish engulfing pattern. Not spectacular. Volume's not that great. It's average is all. And the other challenge is that earnings is coming up on the 21st. So this would have to be a 1 to 3 day move is all. So I don't remember seeing the earnings thing there, so I don't know if that just popped up. And we also need to verify these as well. We had one the other day that showed that it was coming up on the 19th, but it was actually the 26th by another account. So we need to double check earnings on ones, especially if we're interested in it. BVN, another one with earnings supposedly on the 27th. Here we got big shooting star, big drop off. What flagged it was the bullish engulfing pattern, but at the same time, this thing, you can see how beat up it's been. Precious metals, so it looks like gold, silver. I mean, obviously they're getting gold and silver have gotten beat up, but it's been coming back as well. So hard to say what's going to happen with it. But looking for this to rally back up to this 850 area and then roll over. Not the most exciting one here, but and earnings also could come into play there. So. BX Blackstone. No, it looks kind of like Alcoa. Very similar. You got earnings already come out. Rally up. It's not a triple top like Alcoa could be, but you got the Harami type of pattern at resistance. Little shooting star there. Very low volume. So looking for this to roll over. Where's it there? No, that's not it. But we'll see. This is another one just like Alcoa could break out to the upside. 3D Systems. You can see this one obviously has been trashed as well. I mean, this was a $100 stock 2 years ago. Dropped all the way to what, $4 or $5? $5 or so, $6. Yeah, $6. It's crazy. $100 to $6, 94% drop. But you can see huge shooting star in Doji Thursday. I'm assuming that's earnings related. And then a big gap down and drop off. Pretty darn solid volume as well. So we have a shooting or an evening doji star. And you can see you go back historically back to 11 and you got some serious resistance there. So the only downside is that it's already outside of the entry point. But I mean, we're looking at $3.50 of potential on a $17 stock. That's huge. That's 20%. So if this thing bounces back up and dances around an $18 level and gives us something we can take advantage of, then I love it. I love the looks of it. As of right now, it's a little too far gone, but we'll see. First Energy. Bearish engulfing pattern. What brought it up? We got kind of a double top. You see what happened last time? We had a bearish engulfing pattern of a doji here just a month ago or so, and it dropped off from there. 1450 down to 1350. So similar type of pattern here, similar type of situation, similar type of look. There's the one I was looking at. It hit the 200-day moving average this time, and that's where it's fallen from. Stokes and MACD both looking bearish as well. So price chart doesn't look spectacular once you get to the indicators. This is one of those cases where don't see it often, but the indicators show us a lot of confirmation that this could be a bearish move from here. Intel, this one hasn't popped up for a while. We've got kind of a double top going there. It's been dropping off the last couple weeks. A little bit of acceleration of volume on Friday, which a pretty solid is about 20% jump actually, which for Intel, for a company like this that trades as much as it does, 20% is a pretty solid jump. So here's another one. Indicators look bearish. Stokes, MACD both looking bearish. The only hard part is that we have earnings on the 19th, is what it shows. I did not verify that, so make sure you double check that. But the other thing is we've got some support here at 31.30. So if it breaks below that, then we're in good shape. We just have to watch out for earnings. That's the only challenge. Kimco Realty. Oh, interesting. So we've got kind of a little tiny symmetrical triangle type of thing going on here. But we've also got a hangman, evening star type of pattern. And then Friday was up a little bit, but on very, very light volume. So I was trying to get to the indicators. And you can see the indicators, even though it's just kind of dancing sideways. MACD is as well. They're both kind of flat, but it looks like they're a little overbought. They may want to turn down a little bit. Not putting a whole lot of credibility in the indicators, but if this makes a break to the downside, I think it will probably drop off, is what I'm thinking. But I gotta be careful not to think too much. Remember what happens when we think. Making sure the recorder's still going. Another bearish engulfing pattern. And why not? MGM. You see the history there. You see the resistance there at 23.20 where it's at. I mean, some old support here. It's basically the neckline of the head and shoulders back here. And then when it broke it there, it came back up and tapped it. It's come up real close to it several times. It's used it here again. So we're back at that resistance level of 23.20 and dropped off a little bit. Earnings is coming up. 5.2, that's a ways away. It's far enough away we can get a 1 to 2 week trade in, maybe 3. So, and last but definitely not least is Schwab. Just came out with earnings. We have almost a bearish engulfing pattern. It basically looks like it is. Dark cloud cover, bearish engulfing, basically the same thing. So, and we're at a little bit of a resistance level there. So we've got about $2, almost $2 of potential to drop from here if it does. So, not the most exciting one. Seems like there was something with the indicators here. Almost hit the 200-day, but and that's where the hard part is. Stokes and MACD do look somewhat bullish. I mean, Stokes is up at 80, so it's high, but MACD is looking somewhat bullish. The downside of that is the 200-day is right here, and it very well could use that as resistance. So hard to get in on a breakout to the upside if it did that. But then again, so there we have it. Not a terribly exciting set of little guys, unfortunately. But with the way the market's been, this is like last October time frame, where the market was just kind of sideways and it wasn't terribly exciting. There wasn't much there, so it's hard to get excited about it and stuff when it's not moving much or doing much of anything. So anyway, y'all have a great day, and we will see y'all very soon. Bye bye.